Why I am a happy politician is because women from rural India have inspired me. Let her be a homemaker if she wants to be. Let her start a small business if she wants to. Let her learn how to do coding if that's what she wants to do. She should have agency. Number of women voters have outnumbered the men now, and these women voters vote as per their will. If you are a chief minister, आपकी नाक के नीचे 300 plus कार्यकर्तास have been brutally murdered. पूरे देश में every single border has been fenced. You know which is the state where this has not happened? It is the state of West Bengal. And why? Because उन्होंने institutionalize कर लिया है. आइए हम आपको fake ID बनाकर देंगे as long as you're voting for us.
Conversation is really special because we are not just talking about any women. We are talking about a woman who's in legislation, who's in power, and who's constantly shifting and shaping the society through her voice and ideas. She's lawyer, Supreme Court of India, communication coach, and national spokesperson for Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's welcome Charu Pragya. Welcome to the Lotus Room podcast, Charu.
Thank you very much.
I am so glad that you made it finally after all this, but eventually sitting with you is a dream for me. And I really look forward because when I see you on Instagram, you know, you're so vocal about your ideas. And you have such a, like we said, you know, we talked about, it just clicked, you know, I really felt like I know you, you know, much before we met. So thank you so much for making.
Thank you for having me here, and I love the idea of your podcast, women-centric, centered around our culture, about the things that we hold dear to us civilizationally. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you the best always, and I'm delighted you invited me. Thank you.
Pleasure is all mine. So I have a lot of questions, you know, and I really, as I said, I really wanted to know who is Charu Pragya when no one is watching. Like, you know, how was your childhood?
My God, that, you know, I think is one of the most difficult questions people can ask. Who is Charu Pragya? Because you can never be one thing, right?
True.
Especially when you're a woman, you can never be one thing. We wear multiple hats on different days. We play different roles, and all of them are me.
True.
I cannot say that this one's more me than the other one. The working woman, the mother, the sister, the daughter, the woman who just wants to sometimes chill at home, put her feet up, drink a cup of coffee. All of them would be me, pursuing my hobbies, working on something which is very dear to my heart, taking on a project, fighting to make it happen. I think they would all be me in equal measure, and that's why it's just so difficult to describe myself in one word. ऐसे कोई पूछे who are you, I would just say Charu, and that is supposed to include it all.
I can understand. I can completely relate because we go by these phases, you know, like we say the moon, you know. Moon cannot be the same.
Yes,
you know,
and
we women are like the moon.
You're
You know?
wonderful and inspiring in all your different phases. That's
And
the beauty of the moon and of women.
True. So let's go back to the beginning part. Okay, now, how was your childhood? Because your father was in a power. I want to know, how's your mother?
So I grew up in very tiny little places, very small places. I was this wild child, jungle child who would go running around everywhere. A part of my childhood was spent in Gadchiroli, which, if you know, is a Naxalite affected region in Maharashtra. So I spent a part of my childhood there. In fact, I started my school. So I grew up in very tiny little places, very small places. I was this wild child, jungle child who would go running around everywhere. A part of my childhood was spent in Gadchiroli, which, if you know, is a Naxalite affected region in Maharashtra. So I spent a part of my childhood there. In fact, I started my schooling in Gadchiroli, and life there was so different from what any city dweller can imagine. घर के बाहर कभी कोई हिरन आ जाता है, आप गाड़ी में बैठ के निकलते हैं तो there would be you know, a tiger crossing the road.
Really?
In fact, my parents tell me, जब मैं बहुत छोटी सी थी, हम लोग जब घर से निकलते थे, रोड पर जाते थे, तो सांबर डियर है, which is very common and it is very easy to sight. तो सांबर डियर की जो आँखें हैं, वो lights में they become very big and they sparkle. So me as a little baby, if my father would ask me, Sambar kaise dekhta hai, I would sit there and, you know, do this. So that is how I grew up, because it was small places. Entertainment came from plucking flowers and making little bouquets and playing with the mud and You know, those kind of things, imaginary games, ped chadna seekh gaye. And I think that's the best kind of a childhood any kid can even dream of.
Absolutely.
I'm blessed I had that.
Mhm.
And all of my childhood, even when I moved to the city later, so the later part of my life I spent in Mumbai, even that I feel was idyllic. And touch wood, blessed time, best time.
And like you said, of course, this is something which we nowadays we don't really see in kids. I think it is now that as a mother, do you really think that with social media around?
Oh, it's very different. So when I was very small, we lived in a place with not so many people around us. So we invented play. You know, imagination
Correct.
play. We would have friends in our head. We would talk to ourselves. I have a younger sister. So much of our play was imagined. And like I said, so much of our play was outdoors in the wild. And then till I moved to a bigger city, I lived in Delhi also for some time as a child. Then we would play with friends. At the end of the day, we would step out. We would have these tournaments, playing badminton or cycling around. But today, when I look at my own son growing up, everything's moved indoors.
Yeah.
I don't know what is the reason. Either the world has changed so much, or parents have become so conscious that you don't even really want to send your kids to the local park.
Yeah.
There are too many divisions sometimes I also feel in society, because when we were small, we would just go off to the park, play with everyone who was there.
Yeah.
Now, just in taking care of children, maybe parents do get a little overprotective as well. And then the digital world,
Of course.
which didn't exist when we were small. I didn't have cable when I was growing up, so forget about other gadgets.
Yeah, true. No, you're absolutely right. Because even I feel we have grown up in completely different environment, and our kids. But as I said, that every parent is doing the best, in the
But
given
now I feel, Shweta, surprisingly and wonderfully, I see this move again to move back to nature.
Correct.
There are parents who
There are
say
conscious
that
efforts.
let's leave city life and maybe live in the suburbs and outskirts. Maybe that ways our child will have better access to a park, will have playmates. And I think that's wonderful. Parents are becoming more and more conscious, and the use of technology is getting regulated.
True. I agree with that. 100%. And now, talking about your father again, I also wanted to understand that, he was an IPS.
Yeah.
Then a politician. You've seen so much around, which I would say a normal kid will not see. A kind of an environment हो जाता है जब आपके father एक IPS हैं, he was an commissioner as well. So घर का माहौल थोड़ा चेंज रहता है, कुछ बातें अलग होती हैं, I think, जो नॉर्मली घरों में नहीं होती हैं. हमारे घरों में शायद नहीं होती, क्योंकि my father he was in Navy. अलग तरीके का एनवायरनमेंट होता है. तो कहीं ना कहीं एक वो प्रेशर था आपके, या कहीं ना कहीं एक बड़ी अलाइनमेंट थी विद योर ड्रीम्स दैट नाउ दैट यू आर अ पॉलिटिशियन, कि आपको बचपन से ही पता चल गया कि ओके दिस इज द वे आई वांटेड टू हैव अ करियर इन पॉलिटिक्स और आई वांट टू बी इन अ पब्लिक आई. पापा का प्रेशर था और इट वाज मोर इंस्पायरिंग, or how your parents, that environment as a kid, affected you?
Not at all. I think
shifted your mindset.
I think what my upbringing gave me was resilience and adaptability. I studied in so many schools, and every time I went to a new school, we were quick to make friends. We would get along with the new set of people we would meet, catch up with studies, new uniform, new routine. Everything would be new, and we learned to adapt. And another thing is that even when you leave friends behind, there is resilience. You cope with whatever new things the world throws at you, and those things stay with you for the rest of your life. And घर का माहौल तो बड़ा normally था. My father was very strict, quite a very disciplined person, and he did his absolute best that we become equally disciplined. Everything was on time. You're not allowed to be late. वो अलग बात है that we turned out the way we turned out.
होना जरूरी है.
नहीं, मुझे नहीं लगता मैं rebellious हूँ actually.
Okay.
I am not at all a rebellious person. I am someone who enjoys being in a space which is well defined.
Correct.
I don't believe in rebellion, maybe because मुझे ज़रूरत भी नहीं पड़ी. So I had parents who were open about everything I wanted to try. Every day after school, I would go to a different class. My parents had me enrolled for everything, from painting to clay modeling to karate to you think it, we did it.
Okay.
Reading clubs, everything. We would do lots of activities. And my father kept work away from home. So work was completely kept away. Dinner table conversations never revolved around work. It was more of scolding us कि आज तुमने क्या किया, क्या पढ़ाई करी, 14 की टेबल सुना दो.
Oh God.
That kind of
मतलब चलो
that
सब
kind of a
normal ही
life.
है. मतलब
Absolutely.
है ना, मेरे को लगा था कि 14 की टेबल्स और आपको नहीं जज करा जाता उन चीजों पे, हमें तो बहुत
नहीं नहीं,
किया
और
जाता
एक बार मुझको ऐसा लगता था कि जब मैं सारी 20 तक टेबल्स पापा को सुना दूंगी वो मुझसे बड़े खुश हो जाएंगे. तो परफेक्टली मैंने 1 की टेबल से लेके 20 तक की टेबल सारी पापा को जब सुना दी, कहते वेरी गुड, अब 19 की सुनाइए लेकिन उल्टी. So I even till now I strive to be the daughter who will make her father proud. That is my driving force even till today. There was no pressure, but just this will, very strong will.
I somehow I can relate to it because even I have that.
Yeah.
I want
Or
to make
maybe
my
daughters
father-
have that.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
I don't know if it is a daughter thing.
I mean, husband is there, of course. My kid is there, but somehow एक रहता है पापा से appreciation मिल रहा है. मतलब you know, पापा validate कर दे बस तो फिर मतलब you know that holds somewhere. I think that's with the women
And I think with time this has changed with my father. So when I was small, his validation would be ठीक था. Or if I did one thing correctly, he would throw another task my way to see how I would do. But now that I'm older, I have a son, the way my father appreciates efforts has also changed. He's become more vocal. He'll say far more things than he did when I was younger.
I think they also evolve.
And I love that change.
Yeah. You always knew you wanted to come into politics in the public life, or it was just
Not
like,
at all.
मतलब
Not
हो
at
गया.
all. मैं कहती हूँ मैं पानी हूँ.
Okay.
So in the end, I know what I want to do. And whatever I do has to align with the greater good for society, for my country. But what is it that I will do to get there? Maybe I never had that kind of clarity. Politics chose me. And I'm glad it did. Because now that I'm here, I realize it is my true calling. So when I was growing up, I was never political about anything. Yes, I was socially conscious. If there was something happening around me, I wanted to volunteer, I wanted to participate. Even in law school, I was always volunteering for things that were happening which I felt were socially unacceptable or something was going visibly wrong. But apart from that, I was never political in my outlook and in my thinking. It's only later, once I became a politician, that I realized that politics is going to be a part of your life. Either you accept it or you don't. That is completely up to you. I'm glad it happened because there is no other platform in the world that can give you the kind of reach that politics can. So if you want to contribute in a good way while doing good things for yourself, मैं ये नहीं बोल रही कि आप संत हैं, हाँ वो मैं नहीं कह रही. Of course you have your own ambitions, but while you have your own ambitions, when they align with doing good for your country, for people, then there is no better platform.
I agree. And also, did you find that being a woman in politics, sometimes it's challenging or you're being judged because you're a woman or, you know, maybe in a powerful table, आपको लगता है कि यार, because you're a woman, you've been held back और कहीं आपको इस तरीके की challenge initially भी लगे हों या you think that still that, you know, because politics को एक larger scale पे जब politics की बात आती है एक आदमियों का ही वो आता है कि, you know, it's a man's field, you know, they are probably the top runners, I would say. So did you felt that kind of a thing?
There are such few women in politics. Just a handful.
True.
It's a very small number. But politics is a reflection of society.
Absolutely.
And you look at any other profession in our society.
Yeah.
You look at any of the top positions in any profession. How many women are there?
True.
You look at CEOs and women on the board of any big company. You look at famous architects. Tell me how many women can you think of?
True.
Famous surgeons in our country. So unfortunately, even judges, senior lawyers, advocates. So because politics is a reflection of society, we are not magically going to come up with an equal number of women in this profession, and because it has been considered a man's domain. In the beginning, I'm sure those who were path breakers found it very difficult. Women like me have not had that kind of difficulty that, say, a Shushma ji might have faced in that era.
And she has been, you know, one of the, I think, an inspiring women in politics itself, you know. मतलब उन्होंने इतना बड़ा एक stepping stone सबके लिए.
Yes, absolutely. And she's created a path that all of us are walking down on. That being said, there are many a times when you're in places where you're the only woman in a room. you are in a program where you're the only woman. That also feels something to be proud of. It is great. But sometimes उसका एक reverse भी होता है. Gender balancing की बात आ जाती है. Let's put a woman on this panel.
Correct,
Otherwise it becomes a manel.
Correct.
These are the number of people we have representing us for an event. Let's add a woman or two. So I think that afterthought that women have become, that is what we are working to change now. Not the fact that we don't have place, but let our place not be an afterthought. Let our place be one that we have earned on merit.
Correct, correct. Rightly said, rightly said. Politics being a tough space, like you rightly said, is there any challenges that you personally faced, being into this domain or into politics, or maybe being a lawyer, like you said rightly, but very specific, any, challenges that been faced by you and you, which has kind of taken you back and you were like, I have to work on this, to make it better, or maybe you made a shift in that kind of any episode.
See,
like
I
that?
think complete integration of women is going to take a generational shift.
Of course.
And I don't know if our generation is up to meeting it. I'm being very candid and very honest with you. Our children's generation, most definitely. In our generation, still it is believed that the highest positions of power belong to men. And I still see that even if a position is given to a woman, the team under her sometimes might not feel very comfortable with that kind of leadership. That's why I think the onus and the responsibility and the pressure on a woman to outperform every man around her is so high.
Correct. Something which I personally feel, and I've been judged a lot on this, that when you are at certain position, privilege, or I would say, or you've done something, you're constantly being judged because you are privileged, not due to your capabilities or capacity or your intelligence. First thing आपको जज किया जाता है कि वो हस्बैंड ने कर दिया होगा अगर आप कोई कंपनी रन कर रहे हो, और जैसे इन योर केस आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग वाज लाइक बिकॉज ऑफ योर फादर यू आर एट सर्टन, मतलब आप इतना अच्छा बोलते हो, यू हैव सर्टन नॉलेज, यू आर अ सुप्रीम कोर्ट लॉयर. आई मीन, I'm sure you must have gone through these kind of biases and judge. I really wanted to know how you tackle that and what you really think about this kind of thoughts.
It's, I don't react to that. Because the fact is that people who are talking about privilege, first of all, when you're in a position of privilege in a world like ours, you have to keep proving your worth much more than anybody else.
Absolutely.
You have to prove it much more. Every day you are working hard to make sure that people recognize you for the work you do. Every day you're working hard to make sure that your behavior is impeccable. Nobody can find fault with it. You're humble, you're grounded, you're making sure tasks are completed. You're outperforming everyone. That is why you are where you are. Ye sachai hai, Shweta, and I am not going to take that away from me. Everyone who says that your father must have done something for you, I say yes, my father inspired me to do my best and to be better every day. But does my father go to work for me? Or does my father attend a debate for me? Not at all. And that inspiration can come from a father or a mother or a family member, even if they are not in a high position of power or influence. Another thing is that don't men have the same thing? So if a man is born in an affluent family, he'll be sent to the best school. He'll be given the best teachers and tutors and the best exposure to the world. He will have access to the best educational institutions. Everything he will have. Why are we not discussing his privilege then? So if you're looking at the lens of privilege, then it cannot be gender specific, I'm sorry. And वो तो देखिए, unfortunately, हमारी देश की सच्चाई है. If you're born in a family that is well off, your education will be better. You start off higher than the others. You have a head start. And we are working hard to change it. So today the efforts we are making to improve education in government schools, or to make sure there is equal access to skilling, there is access to the market, or any other thing that we are working hard. It is to make sure that just privilege cannot take you ahead, even if you're not born in that household. And if you're talented, you can get ahead. And you look at the success stories around us. You pick up any field. Sometimes I also feel that privilege might make you complacent. आपको ऐसा लगने लगता है कि आपके पास तो सब कुछ है, मेहनत करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. भाई वो जो वो ग्राइंडिंग लगती है every single day, hustle, exactly, it takes a lot of fire. And if you don't have that fire in your belly, it is impossible to survive that hustle, no matter what your profession is. So look at it from both sides. It's not privilege only that can make a person.
That's my point, like you rightly said. पर हमें women अगर हम हैं, are we not more judged and answerable for that?
Unfortunately, we are the ones who are judged for everything. For everything. Like I said, the same privilege will be given to the son of the house. उसको कोई डिस्कस नहीं करेगा. लेकिन हमारा तो सब डिस्कस होगा ना कि श्वेता आपके बाल ज्यादा अच्छे लग रहे हैं या चारू आपका लिपस्टिक ज्यादा डार्क लग रहा है. If you're very well dressed, you're focusing too much on yourself and your looks. If you're shabby, it's like you can't even look after yourself. What will you do for anyone else? So every single thing about a woman is unfortunately up for discussion, and the lowest critic point of entry is all these frivolous things.
True.
काम की चीजों पे आप criticize नहीं कर पाते हो, तो entry point आपका इतना नीचा है कि यही सब बातें होती हैं. But we need to brush it off. There's too much noise around us.
Correct.
And this is noise. We do not have the bandwidth and the energy to deal with noise of this kind. And I think that is something that we learn. I'm learning it.
So, like you rightly said, I'm being judged, or you are being judged on a very frivolous matters, for that matter, in a group of people where there are men. ऐसा भी होता है बहुत बार कि औरतों से तो लुक्स और उनकी ही बस सवाल जवाब किए जाते हैं.
हाँ, और उसके सक्सेस के लिए कभी-कभी बहुत गलत टाइप की चीजों को क्रेडिट दिया जाता है, which is absolutely the worst thing. So that is why I think that what is sad is that the sisterhood of women is still not so strong that a woman will stand up for another woman.
Yeah.
That conversation is ugly and dirty, and it needs to be put a full stop to. No men are coming together in a room and discussing the personal life of another man.
Yeah. Like for a man, they could talk about politics and everything,
Yeah.
or industry, but एक women को आते हैं, अच्छा आपने dress कहाँ से खरीदी है, या what the way you are looked. First thing, a woman is always judged कि वो तो ब्यूटी और अपने एक उस वैनिटी से ही बाहर नहीं
उसमें लेकिन पता है मेरा एक पॉजिटिव टेक भी है, एंड दिस इज अगेन नॉट जेंडर स्पेसिफिक. सी आई हैव गॉटन टू अ पॉइंट वेयर आई थिंक व्हेन यू आर एट वर्क you have to leave your gender on the side except when it adds something positive. So when it comes to your appearance speaking for you, I think the appearance of a man will also speak for him.
Correct.
The first thing that is talking about you is the way you're looking.
True.
Man or woman. So I take this example and I'll use the example of our Honorable PM. Whenever he is traveling to a certain part of the country, he'll incorporate some element of that region into his attire of the day.
True.
कोई गमछा होगा या उनका headgear होगा, कुछ होगा. And that is a positive starting point, and I think it is a wonderful positive starting point. Why is it for women it needs to be just reduced to looks and fashion? निर्मला मैम कौन सी साड़ी पहन के बजट प्रेजेंट करती हैं is a positive conversation also, but some people take that in a very negative way. She's showcasing Indian handloom in the best possible manner.
Problem comes when for a woman it stops there. Beyond,
it usually stops there.
Yeah. So
it usually stops there, and the problem is that the number of people who will look on with positivity are outnumbered by the conversations the negative people will be having, and that negative conversation is pathetic. I have no other word for it. Let her be. आप राहुल गांधी को तो नहीं बोल रहे हो टी शर्ट मत पहनो, या बोल भी रहे हो तो एक लेवल पर जाकर छोड़ रहे हो. तो कॉन्वर्सेशन फॉर women in public life revolves too much around clothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that the women are, there's some kind of unspoken pressure that they have to behave certain way, they have to dress certain way, they have to sit certain way, not public life, I mean, say in generic, at our society at large, we've been constantly being told that, मतलब subconsciously भी हो जाता है अब तो.
100%. 100%. We are always social behavior cap on people. And women cannot afford to take that off. That mask, whatever you want to call it, we live with that. You sit a certain way, you dress a certain way. Even if you feel like having an easy day, wearing cotton trousers and a easy shirt, and you go out and you're still perfectly capable of working in that outfit, but you'll be judged. So you learn to make sure the other things are given priority over your own comfort. I don't know if that will ever change, but I hope it does.
Do you think that, for young girls, like what is that one message that you want to really give out at this point of our conversation, that, if someone probably looks at this point only and not go beyond your, certain capabilities or whatever, how they should tackle that? I think
one, dress for the role you are in and the place you are at. And second, don't be a rebellious person when it comes to dressing.
Hmm.
Sometimes I think women also would be screaming for attention by dressing a certain way which is inappropriate for the place they are in. And I say this a lot. You are doing a certain thing because you want to start a conversation, right?
Correct.
So it's like saying if I'm going to be wearing a sarong to a wedding, it will be a conversation starter.
Of course.
Let's not do that because women have far bigger battles to fight right now.
True.
So let's pick the more important battles first. Let's win those first, and then we come down to who's wearing what where.
Correct,
I think that comes so far down my list right now
Kind of
that
demeaning to
conversation takes away from the real issues that women need to be talking about.
True. Rightly said. And I would love to know your thoughts now that we're talking about this women and all. There's a one very fad word and एक बड़ा चल रहा है आजकल हमारा फेमिनिज्म.
हाँ जी.
ठीक है, मतलब सबको पसंद है, सबको आता है, सबको सबकी अपनी ओन एक डेफिनेशन है उसके बारे में. What do you think कि सोशल मीडिया में अब when we talk about right now in 2026, these words feminism, empowerment, they've actually confused these women, or not these women, like at large the society, or everyone can have their own definition. What is your take? What is your thought on feminism, women empowerment when we talk about this?
So, I'll first give you my observation on social media, Shweta, and it's a positive observation. मुझे लगता है थोड़े समय में there's been a lot of cultural resurgence in India.
Okay.
So much so that understanding of what a woman is in the Indian cultural context has become very commonplace. A lot of women are now understanding what it means to be a force of feminine power in a country as civilizationally rich as India is.
Absolutely.
और ये कहीं बीच में खो गई थी बात. बीच में that Western concept of feminism had become so overpowering कि feminism का मतलब ही ऐसा हो गया था that you're in conflict with a man all the time, not in cooperation. And you need to be in cooperation. If you're not in cooperation, संसार नहीं चलेगा. आप ये समझिए, आप जिसके साथ conflict में हैं, how can you be in that place and say society will progress? It will not. So now I love the fact that there is a revival of what India is, what a woman stands for, जिसे हम शक्ति बोलते हैं, नारी शक्ति बोलते हैं, उन सब की जो हमारी ट्रेडिशनल डेफिनेशंस होनी चाहिए, they are coming back. And I love that conversation, and I love the fact that it's younger people also who are catching on and who are talking about it, because हमारे यहाँ empowerment या feminism, ये जो concepts हैं, they were ingrained, and maybe through decades of invasions, through the kind of history our country had with colonizing, lot changed. But if we can still go back and remember the glory of our civilizational past, I don't think these are conversations we even need to be having.
Correct.
I'll give you an example. अब हम जिन goddesses की पूजा करते हैं, जिन देवियों की पूजा करते हैं, वो तो सब शक्ति है ना, शक्ति का रूप है. They're all feminine powers, and isn't that wonderful? And obviously that has trickled down into society, and the way society was has also gone up. And it's given us that image of what a goddess needs to look like or do, and every possible thing. खाना से लेकर अपने बच्चे को संभालने से लेकर, आप चाहे विद्या की बात करें, आप धन की बात करें, everything is revolving around women, because women are an integral part of a society. And you cannot put them in one little dabba separately and say that we are together here and we are feminists. How silly is that? And this conflict needs to stop, because that would be a Western concept. It is not an Indian concept. And also in India, it is very clear that both man and women are equally important, and they both need to give each other the space and the respect and the opportunities they each deserve. You know, जैसे एक इंसान को आगे चलने के लिए एक के बाद एक पैर आगे करना पड़ता है, it's the same with society. Sometimes a woman needs to lead and sometimes a man needs to lead. Until you don't recognize that, you will not be where you want to be in the world.
Correct. I love the fact that you talked about those जो शक्ति है, जो हमारी देवियाँ हैं. Rightly said, I completely agree on that part, because हम history अगर उठा के देखें, we had warrior,
of course,
females, we had queens,
I've written a book about it.
Oh wow.
And hopefully that book will be published soon.
Amazing.
But that is what I'm talking about. So empowerment for us is not a new Western
idea.
concept.
Correct.
Empowerment for us is something that we need to reclaim from our own past.
Correct.
And that is what we are doing. I'll give you an example. हमसे अगर खाना गलती से नीचे गिर जाता है, अगर अन्न नीचे गिर जाता है, हम उठा के अपने माथे पे लगाते हैं.
True.
But when a woman enters her household after marriage, वो जानबूझकर वो अन्न के लोटे को, कलश को अपने पैर से अपने घर में अंदर की तरफ गिराती हैं. तो you imagine the strength, the power that she comes with, कि जिस अन्न को हम अपने माथे पे लगाते हैं, उनके लिए वो रिचुअल है उसे अपने पाँव से छूकर अपने घर में गिराने का. So that is the power of what it meant to be a woman. And we've lost all of that. So maybe हमने वो rituals रख लिए, but उन rituals के पीछे की जो meaning थी, जो significance था, I don't know where it is lost, and it needs to come back. And I think the beautiful thing is, like I said, now I see those conversations happening again. It is all around me. So many times I see pages on social media, young people talking about it, and it makes me immensely happy. I think हमारी वो generation है जो थोड़ा बीच में थी, जो ये कोशिश कर रही थी कि you talk about what you stand for in a positive way. And I don't know if we got that message across very correctly, but we must have done something correct. That the next generation, the younger lot, is already there.
Correct, because हमारी वो भी generation थी क्योंकि हमने ये चीजें अपनी दादी नानियों को, अपनी माओं को करते हुए देखा है. You know, we have seen them following these rituals.
But their generation was very difficult.
Yeah, of course, indeed.
Yeah.
But they have lived, you know, those rituals. They have followed it very diligently, I would say. You know, they have understood the ancient science. They have understood the power of a woman. They have understood a lot of things in their own way. But again, there were a lot of restrictions. There were a lot of limitations.
You know, I
There were
think
no
in this race to be more and more liberal, हम लोग ने क्या किया? We stopped teaching our children the science behind our rituals.
Absolutely.
And that gap became so big that उनको पता नहीं क्या क्या बोला गया, you know, superstition है, ये तो सब बकवास की चीजें हैं. Nobody remembered to teach their children the science. Okay, I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people didn't. And that has caused a drift.
Correct.
We are now coming back to a space where we are discussing the science, and it makes perfect sense. It is very, very logical, and everybody, once explained, gets it.
Absolutely. It is so deep, and everything is so interconnected. You just need to know it. Like, you just need to get inside it. आपको बस अगर चाहते
But
हो
I
तो
urge
पता
you,
चले.
Shweta, you are so good with these conversations. You must start a separate podcast or an explainer on our little rituals. हम ये करते हैं तो क्यों करते हैं, इसके पीछे का साइंस क्या है? We must do that. It's so essential. You must do it.
We will do it. We will do it for sure. So now, like, we talked about women of now. You know, we talked about our probably a generation of our mothers, दादी, नानी, हमने इनके बारे में बात करी. आप बहुत travel भी करते हो. What about the rural Indian women? You know, what is something which is there online, हमें जो दिखाया जाता है, completely different picture होती है और जो शायद reality है. कौन सी ऐसी चीजें जो आपको लगता है कि rural Indian women today is, you know, that is something which is inspiring, you know?
Oh, they're very inspiring. Very inspiring because they are rooted, they are ambitious, they are clear-headed, they are resilient, they are strong, and at a level which sometimes people who live the city life cannot comprehend till they go down to their villages and spend time with them there. So हमारे गांव में से जो आपको इंस्पिरेशन मिल सकता है वो मुझे बहुत बार लगता है कि हमारे शहरों में नहीं मिल पाता. I have met some wondrous women, and I think one of the reasons why I am a happy politician is because women from rural India have inspired me. I spent a lot of time in villages of Western Uttar Pradesh where I originally come from, and when I meet women there, मुझे ये लगने लगता है that they are so talented. They have so much going for them. So many times, even if they've not had an education the way we would ideally want them to have, they're still so strong. They still have wonderful ideas. They're resourceful. They do everything for everyone around them, and they remain smiling and happy and ready to welcome a guest like me when we finally turn up. So there's so much to learn from them. And at the end of the day, when I look at them and their lives, the desire to work harder, to uplift the lives of all women becomes stronger and stronger. Like I met a woman once who was a part of a self-help group. Block printing करती थी वो, और वो दुपट्टों पे block printing करती थी, and I was there for one event, one function, and I was meeting them and talking to them. So I asked, आप कितने पैसे कमाती हैं हर महीने? तो she said, मैं यहाँ से 2700 से 3000 रुपए हर महीने कमाती हूँ 2700 to 3000 rupees. And she said, मैं तो बड़ी खुश हूँ, मैं यहाँ आती हूँ, पता है इन पैसों से मैं अपनी बच्ची की डांस क्लास की फीस भरती हूँ. So it's not always the reasons that we would imagine.
Yeah.
But see, this mother knows her daughter loves dancing. She's trying to facilitate a class. It's amazing to see them. So when it comes to economic empowerment, when it comes to ensuring that our schools have equal number of girls studying, when it's about ensuring that girls are not dropping out of school when they reach the age of menstruation. जब toilets नहीं थे, over 10 million girls a year were dropping out of school just because there are no girls' toilets. So these things are all interconnected. They're all so important. And when I see women come together, look at our Asha workers and Anganwadi workers. Look at the kind of incredible work they do day in and day out. And without thanks and applause. They are so inspirational. And what Modi ji has done in the last 12 years, he has shifted the narrative from only focusing on women who live in the city when we talk about empowerment to women who live across the country. You know, when it is about Ujjwala Yojana, maybe a city dweller does not understand the importance of something like that because आपके यहाँ तो PNG pipeline से gas आ रही है. But somebody whose lungs will fare better, who will not fall sick, who's not spending hours in a day collecting firewood, understands the importance. Toilets, we grew up in schools where this was not even a discussion. But you imagine growing up in a village where having a toilet means that you stay back in school. So all these changes around us are because women in rural India are incredible, inspiring, talented. They're full of so much potential. And we would be losing out as a country if we cannot tap into that potential. And I think we've done really well now. We're doing really well. So when we say vocal for local, it is their craft and their work that we are showcasing. When we talk about Atmanirbharta, it is not just as a nation. It is also about a district. It is about learning how to fend for yourself at every level. So I love the changes that I can see happening around me over the last 1 decade. And if you sit and map them, you realize that the popularity of a political party is for these reasons, changes on ground.
Okay, fairly said. I've seen that because मैंने आशा वर्कर्स के साथ काफी टाइम स्पेंड किया. I've done a documentary with them. I've seen their, you know, the kind of work they do. It is something हम एक segment में काम को लेके जा रहे हैं कि हमें ये करना है, but the moment you go and see them working and the way they are, you know, it is so inspiring. मतलब selfless काम करना.
Exactly, smile on their faces, difficult terrain. They're so concerned इस बच्चे को नहीं लगा टीका. And it's just lovely to see people reach beyond themselves and do things. And I think, you know, this is where women are amazing. See, imagine a negotiation which is just for yourself. And that negotiation might or might not be fulfilled the way you want. But if there is a negotiation which is done collectively, for women in general, it gets fulfilled. And the results that are yielded are here for generations and millions.
Absolutely. Rightly said.
That's what rural women do. That's how they're different from urban women.
And any one thing, Charu, that you really want that, you know, in the coming years that needs to, we should bring it into limelight कि उनकी ही empowerment हो या उनको और better एक next level तक लेके जाया जा सके for their own betterment, for the betterment of the society at large. What is that 1 or 2 point that you really want कि अब इस पे काम होना जरूरी है when it comes to rural women in India?
I think her agency.
Okay.
The most important thing is her agency. The fact that she should be in a space where she has the freedom to decide what she wants to do. Let her be a homemaker if she wants to be. Let her start a small business if she wants to. Let her learn how to do coding if that's what she wants to do. She should have agency. And till we cannot give women agency, I don't think we will progress. It cannot be that thopa ja raha hai. किसी भी महिला के ऊपर कुछ भी वो नहीं होना चाहिए. And the minute you give her agency, you see her outperform every single person around her.
Correct. And I think the right steps probably or the grounding steps would be कि at least उन तक information पहुंच रही है. सही तरीके से उनको क्या करना है उनके
वो
बारे में
एजेंसी देने के लिए ये सब नेसेसरी है. एजुकेशन होना चाहिए उनके पास. दे शुड हैव देयर हेल्थ.
Correct.
You know, health and sanitation is so
Very
important. If they become a mother and they want to take a little break from work life, that is important. Respect in their respective households is so important. That's all that they are seeking. You know, that little bit of respect. That. And then going forward, some money in their pocket. I think real empowerment comes from financial freedom.
Absolutely, rightly said. I completely agree. Even at our house helps जो काम करते हैं, कितनी बार ऐसा होता है कि जब whatever the X amount needs to be paid, they say, okay, give me transfer this much only and give me this much for myself.
Yeah.
And I always find it so amazing that okay, this much I need it for myself, which I'm not answerable to anyone.
Yeah. That is important, exactly, and that is why I use the word agency.
Yeah.
Give her the freedom. She will rule the world.
Okay, so now the bigger picture, let's talk about which you are been known for it. We see the role of women in politics, how you see it evolving over the years. Probably we can say last 20 years, and probably what is the future, like what you really see now. What's your thoughts on?
Oh, the future is very bright.
I can see that.
In fact, can I call it pink? Because
I would love that.
And you have the lotus. So that's the symbol of my party.
Okay, true.
But the future is very bright because we are right now at the threshold where 33% reservation for women in legislature is going to be made official.
Yeah.
And it will be applicable, we are just a few days away from it. And isn't that such a powerful place to be at? And this has never happened. Women have had a journey of over 3 decades trying to get here. So Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, which has been passed a few years ago, which will become a reality just a few days later, is the most powerful move in politics. To empower women, and I think this is such a turning point for us because women work a different way. We are an equal part of society. You imagine in every aspect, whether it comes to contribution to our GDP, whether it comes to contributing in whatever company you are working in, whether it comes to contributing in legislature and governance in your own country. If we have women in positions of power, we become not just more powerful, but we become more heart. We lead with our heart. We make sure that the essentials are not left behind. And in a time like today, which is so volatile, where the outside world is crumbling every day, geopolitical situations are evolving every day. I think for India to take this stand at this opportune moment is historical. And it has come after a long time. And people have asked, why did it take you so long?
True.
So my answer to that always is that we have done the groundwork for 12 years. We have ensured that we have done the groundwork in every single sector and field to come to this point where once this is passed, there is no dearth of women to take these leadership positions. So, starting from efforts to curb female infanticide. I talked about toilets for girls, keeping them in school, giving them dignity, making sure that there is no child marriage. We've taken very strong steps. The age of marriage has gone up. When we say that maternity leave has been extended for every working woman, every single thing, Poshan Yojana, the kind of work we've done for skilling of women. You must have heard of Drone Didi and Lakpati Didi. The infrastructure we have developed to support self-help groups of women. Every single thing we have done in the last 12 years for bringing us to this point where all these women rise collectively and we'll have 33% women in our parliament. And I say this with so much passion and so much joy. Yes, because it is just so important. And imagine it had not been done till now. See, reservation just cannot be a bill you're passing in parliament. It has to be complemented with groundwork so that you have already got women to this level who are ready to take these positions of power. And I always say this, reservation के साथ meritocracy पीछे नहीं छूट जानी चाहिए.
I was just coming to that only because reservation has always been associated with merit. What about the merit? Are you not thinking the women is not capable enough to, What's your take on that? Because
We've
it's
developed merit. I can at least talk about my party.
No.
We have 33% reservation within our own party for all party positions. And we also have this new recognition that women need to be at the decision making table. We see that the highest number of women ministers are from the NDA government. In our political party as well, like I said, 33% women are on every single decision making table. So it is these women, the women who are rising up from the local governance levels, people who are in Vidhan Sabhas today, they will be contesting parliament. And I think that is what our society needed. Now, when India is talking about Viksit Bharat, when we are talking about being developed by 2047, we cannot be developed if 50% of our population gets left behind. Now, if you see even in voters, the number of women voters have outnumbered the men.
Absolutely.
Now, and these women voters vote as per their will. Nobody tells them कौन सा button दबाना है, किसके लिए vote देना है. So this political awareness which has crept in is going to make fabulous women leaders in the days to come.
Rightly said, and I'm really looking forward to, because I think it's a good boost, for the women who really wanted to join politics, who want to make a career out of it, or you probably want to contribute for the country.
Yeah.
I think this is a big step towards that.
We have a woman president, Delhi's chief minister is a woman, and our finance minister is a woman.
I mean, you've been such an inspiring.
Well, I'm not there yet, but I look up to them.
Yeah.
I immensely look up to them, and when they achieve something, जब उनकी शपथ ceremony हो रही होती है, the smile on my face is from here to here, because I think for me they represent all women, us as a whole.
Yeah, true. And I have a personal question here, and I really wanted to know, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, how is, you've seen those changes, maybe when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to spaces for the women, what is the comparison? And you can tell us on, probably on a...
Can I be very political on this answer?
Okay.
Let me be political on this one, because actually I'm not being political. I'm being strictly factual. Ab Congress mein, one big leader who's a woman is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. She's a woman. She shot to fame last time on the Nara लड़की हूँ लड़ सकती हूँ. हम सबने सुना, and everybody was like, wow, woman leading the party, लड़की हूँ लड़ सकती हूँ. इतनी सारी बातें उस समय हुई उत्तर प्रदेश के चुनाव के लिए, where their vote share is barely 2%. barely 3 टच नहीं करता है. 2% vote share पे they are talking about लड़की हूँ लड़ सकती हूँ. At the same time there were elections in Punjab. At the same time there were elections in Goa. तो क्या पंजाब की लड़कियां लड़की नहीं और लड़ नहीं सकती हैं, या गोवा की लड़कियां लड़की नहीं और लड़ नहीं सकती हैं? बिकॉज यहाँ पर यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 50% सीट्स, बिकॉज योर वोट शेयर इज barely 2%, बट इन पंजाब यू गिव 8% टिकट्स टू वुमेन. सो कहाँ 50 की बात करते हो, कहाँ 8% टिकट्स देते हो, और इतने ओपनली हिपोक्रिटिकल होके कहते हैं लड़कियों लड़ सकती हूँ. डज इट इवन मेक सेंस? और डू यू थिंक द सिटीजंस आर स्टूपिड दैट दे डोंट कैच ऑन? वॉक द टॉक. आप कुछ बोल रहे हो तो आप करके दिखाओ, वरना बोलो मत. चलो मैं समझती हूँ आपकी कोई मजबूरी होगी, आप नहीं दे सकते टिकट, नहीं दे सकते तो एक प्रदेश को बेवकूफ बना के लड़कियों लड़ सकती हूँ क्यों कह रहे हो? और अगर उस समय कह रहे हो तो भाई पंजाब में भी टिकट दे देते. इट्स नॉट लाइक यू मेड द गवर्नमेंट देयर. गोवा में दे देते. इट्स नॉट लाइक यू मेड द गवर्नमेंट देयर. सो एवरीवेयर यू वर ऑन द बैक फुट ओनली. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई फाइंड प्रॉब्लमैटिक इन पॉलिटिक्स, दैट डोंट यूज women like a poster. Right? हम नारा नहीं है.
Correct.
We need to be more, and we have to collectively say that we need to be more, and this has to come from across party lines. So when it comes to standing for rights of women or representation of women or positions of power that women get across party lines, again women have to come together. So there have to be issues जिस पर you cannot fight each other.
Correct.
Even in parliament, even if you come from 2 different ideologies, because first let's get the women there. उसके बाद आप आइडियोलॉजिकल झगड़ा करना ना. हाउ कैन इट बी आइडियोलॉजिकल फाइट वेदर women will be in this number in parliament or not? So that's my question, and it bothers me.
Correct. But Charu, let me tell you, अभी भी जब हम representation वाली जो बात कर रहे हैं, wherein the PM has, नारी शक्ति
वंदना अधिनियम,
अधिनियम के बारे में, it is also being said that because of the West Bengal elections and Tamil Nadu elections, अभी इसके बारे में बात करिए. ये भी कंट्रोवर्सी है, ये भी एक नैरेटिव चल रहा है.
बट श्वेता, वी ऑलवेज हैव इलेक्शंस. हमने लास्ट ईयर करा होता तो बोलते महाराष्ट्र में चुनाव है, बिहार में चुनाव है. हमने उससे 1 साल और पहले किया होता तो उन्होंने कहा होता कि लोकसभा चुनाव है. सो वी ऑलवेज हैव इलेक्शंस. वेयर इज देयर अ ईयर इन आवर कंट्री वेयर मेजर इलेक्शंस आर नॉट हैपनिंग? नेक्स्ट ईयर ऑल्सो वी हैव मेजर इलेक्शंस. नेक्स्ट ईयर वी हैव उत्तर प्रदेश. So these are huge states. We have Punjab, again very important. Every state is important. Every election is important. But legislative and decisions of governance are not based on कहाँ कौन सा चुनाव हो रहा है.
Correct.
So this I think is like
that's why I want you to probably break the myth, or because this is something which is there,
because
you know.
Like I said, पिछले साल भी चुनाव थे, अगले साल भी चुनाव है, इस साल भी चुनाव है. And let's look at the numbers. Since 2023 till today, कितने इलेक्शंस हो चुके हैं? विधानसभा इलेक्शंस, आई थिंक क्लोज टू 15. बीजेपी हैज वन मोस्ट ऑफ देम, 90% ऑफ देम. So we are anyways, we have been winning elections. Touchwood, we are going to perform really well in these elections as well, and the ones next year. So when we talk about empowering women, it cannot be linked to an election, please. And that is why I say don't even link it to a political party. Own it.
Yeah.
If you're in Congress and you are one of those women जिसको सीट नहीं मिल रही है, टिकट नहीं मिल रहा, बिकॉज सिर्फ 5% महिलाओं को टिकट मिल रहा है, बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द चेंज. नो, ड्राइव दैट चेंज, यू विल बेनिफिट.
Because it's at large, you know. You
exactly, and that's why I talked about collective negotiations for women. It has to be collective. You want to put pressure? See, let's be honest, it's a man's world. People who are taking these decisions are men. People who are voting in parliament today are men. What is the number of women? 14%. तो कितनी महिलाएं हैं? वैसे भी 14%. So 14% वोट अगर एक तरफा भी कहीं पर जा रहा है, it's not sufficient. It is still the men who are supporting you. So come to a level, to a number where what you say has value. And that value is increasing, but it's not increasing at a rate which is noticeable. I mean, look at the last Lok Sabha and let's look at this Lok Sabha. And I am saying this in spite of coming from the political party which is in government today. क्या बदला है? बल्कि 2 संख्या कमी हुई है पार्लियामेंट में, राइट? विमेन की नंबर कमी हुआ है. सो change will not happen till we drive it together, and that togetherness unfortunately is still lacking.
True. So under the leadership of PM Modi, what are the specific changes, you know, or opportunities or spaces? Like, this is a big thing that, you know, it's a big initiative by you know, our honorable Prime Minister. Other than this, what are the changes that you have felt that because of the, you know, opportunities आ रही हैं, spaces बन रहा है?
See, मुझे लगता है first of all, certain things nobody apart from PM Modi could have pulled off. Absolutely nobody. हम कहते हैं ना कि जो कहा सो किया. This is true. And this is true for women's reservation. Imagine a 30-year struggle where you could not get people to agree to even the common things. We have managed to pass this with 100% yeas in parliament. Imagine this. There was 0 nays. Every political party, चाहे कुछ भी बोलती हो, came and voted a yes. Imagine the kind of work which would have gone into building this consensus that ये bill pass हुआ. Both houses of parliament, and commendable. And again I said, nobody apart from PM Modi could have done it, क्योंकि अगर होना होता तो कर दिया होता. Article 370, I don't think any other prime minister in this country had the strength to stand there firmly and say हम करके दिखाएंगे, and करके दिखा दिया. And it is amazing, it is commendable. But again, just passing the bill cannot be all that you do. So you have to prepare your leadership to take on roles of so much importance. So when a woman is in parliament, she is not representing just women. She is not representing just people who have voted for her political party. When she is in parliament, on an average, she stands for 20 lakh people. I come from Uttar Pradesh. An average constituency of a member of parliament is 20 lakh people. You need a woman who is able to take on that responsibility, who understands governance. There have been so many efforts made within the party to bring up leadership, whether it is by way of training, whether it is by way of upskilling, local leaders की workshops चाहे करवा रहे हों. All of this is being done, and now I will move away from the political sector and say this. So when women in the workforce increase, you know, women in the labor areas increase, when the number of girls in STEM increase, where the number of girls who actually can be in a place in life where their dreams can be fulfilled, their parents become supportive. This is a mindset. It's a
Absolutely.
societal mindset.
Yeah.
So when the Prime Minister clicks a selfie and puts the hashtag selfie with daughter, it makes a lot of difference, because it's a mind change which society is now reflecting. So the pride that we are taking in our girls, the opportunities we are giving to our girls, the kind of scholarships that are available for her, the whole world which is opened up for her, this comes from a change in, I believe very firmly, political mindset. It begins from there. वहाँ से तो शुरुआत होती है ना. And once it starts, I think things become better and better. And look at it in every sphere. Women in combat roles, the number of women in foreign services, unprecedented number.
In our army and defense
Exactly,
services, yeah.
exactly. So all of this is changing together.
Yeah.
It can't be आज यहाँ हम बदलाव कर रहे हैं, 5 साल बाद कहीं और का सोचेंगे. When the change comes together, it reaches to the top. And I think this change started from the ground up 12 years ago. That is why on the 16th, we will say 33% women in Lok Sabha.
I will be very happy and joyous. I would be having my
Me
own
too.
mini celebration,
Yes.
because it's at the for the women at large.
Yes,
You know, just
yes.
having those representatives there, and I really want कि वो सिर्फ एक
And that one
proxies
woman
ना हो.
is going to inspire millions of others.
Correct. And I just hope there should not be any proxies.
Oh, they're not.
है ना?
Trust me, women
बस-
are nobody's proxies.
Yeah,
They are
I
not.
really
They're
want,
not.
and their decisions, their policies, they will be the policy makers and
Yes.
change makers. I think I would be doing a mini dance there. Okay, now let's come to a very fun part. A little
Okay.
bit fun, okay, I
Okay.
would say. Who's your favorite, a women politician who has really inspired you,
Sushma ji.
Tell us about her.
So, I'll tell you what I loved about her.
हाँ जी.
एक तो she had this way of talking in a very sweet and maternal way. जैसे चारू जैसे वो बोलती थी, and everybody says that about her. She had this very maternal way of talking to
Yeah.
people. At the same time, she was very strong. You hear her speak in parliament. Absolute clarity, fabulous orator. वो किसी को criticize भी कर रही होती थी. There was an art to it.
True.
And her words were like poetry. And she stood for what she believed in. Even later, when she was the foreign minister, she was loved so much. उनकी एक tweet है जो अभी भी बड़ी viral है, that even if you're on the moon, the Indian embassy will help you.
Yeah.
And she stood for that, whatever she could do her entire life, and she has inspired crores of women like me. So she is my absolute favorite, and she kept her femininity with her. The way she dressed, her visuals used to be so powerful. I remember there was this SCO meet that she attended, and she stood on a podium with
With
all
all the
men,
men.
all
I-
men
I
in black
remember. We
suits,
can
and she
show
was
that, yeah.
right in the middle,
Yeah.
and she was in her beautiful sari,
Sari,
wearing a bindi.
yeah.
And I think there's no more powerful picture of an empowered woman in the world.
Yeah.
I adore her.
Even I have very fond memories when she's one of someone, who really inspired us,
Yeah.
the way she is.
And I
not
had
just
the
as a
honor
woman.
of meeting her. I think this is one of the best things that I can boast about. I had the honor of meeting her. Unfortunately, I never could interact with Atalji.
Okay.
And I am his biggest fan. But by the time I got to a place where I understood politics and I wanted to spend time with him, I think we could just meet him but not interact with him. So I missed out on that. But
Yeah.
Sushma ji, I didn't.
Okay. And is there someone who you really think is not the right influence for Bharat's growth, as a women politician?
In every way that you look at West Bengal today, मुझे ये बताओ प्रोग्रेस कहाँ हुई है, कहाँ पे हुई है प्रोग्रेस? तो चलो मैंने आपको आरजी कार का मेंशन किया. इनफैक्ट मुझको ऐसा लगता है कि मेरे पास शब्द ही नहीं है ये बताने के लिए दैट अ वुमन, अ डॉक्टर्स लाइफ हैज बीन टेकन
Yeah.
एंड आपने उसके पेरेंट्स को बताना भी जरूरी नहीं समझा. यू वाइप्ड द एविडेंस, यू क्लीन्ड द एविडेंस बिकॉज यू वांट टू प्रोटेक्ट हु, जिस आदमी ने ये सारे कांड करे. मतलब हाउ लो कैन यू फॉल? पॉलिटिकल मर्डर्स मैक्सिमम इन द कंट्री, जीरो एक्शन. मर्डर्स के अलावा रेप केसेस. अरे अ वुमन हु इज द एज ऑफ अ ग्रैंड मदर फ्रॉम 6 to 60, nobody is safe under your watch. And who are the perpetrators of this crime? people who boast about being linked to the TMC, या तो वो TMC के नेता निकलेंगे या TMC के नेताओं के रिश्तेदार निकलेंगे. उसके बाद आप नेशनल सिक्योरिटी की बात करिए, पूरे देश में every single border has been fenced, protected from illegal infiltrators coming into our country. You know which is the state where this has not happened? It is the state of West Bengal. And why? Because उन्होंने institutionalize कर लिया है. आइए हम आपको फेक आईडी बनाकर देंगे as long as you're voting for us. That is what they are doing. You know, when the purview of work of BSF increased in the entire country, it was extended to 50 kilometers into Indian territory. One state had a problem. Which state was that?
West Bengal.
West Bengal. Why does Mamata Banerjee has a problem with BSF doing its work, with BSF guarding our borders? क्योंकि उनको वोट वहीं से आते हैं. So whether it is supporting crime, I'll give you the example of Sandesh Khali. Sandesh Khali में जो भी crime हुआ, again right under her nose, this man was protected. Land mafia. He had the audacity to have a mob attack CBI officers. Their car was set aflame. उसके बाद भी he was protected. Is this the kind of a state that West Bengal deserves to be? The state of Rabindranath Tagore, the state of Subhash Chandra Bose, the state where culture used to begin from. It was so culturally rich. आज जाकर देखो, आज West Bengal के पास क्या है? Even central schemes which are helping the rest of the country, whether it is Ayushman Yojana, other things which help the farmers, getting an industry. What is the industry in West Bengal today? So everything has gone back 50,000 steps because of a woman who should have been a mother figure. जो माँ माटी मानुष की बात करा करती थी. You see where she has got this state today. And I think उन्होंने ना एक वो गुंडों का ग्रुप जोड़ रखा है who go around burning down Hindu homes. Murshidabad, that is what happened. The High Court later had to say that पुलिस ने मदद करी. इन सारे गुंडों की मदद करने वाले कौन थे? पुलिस वाले. पुलिस किसको रिपोर्ट कर रही है? ममता बनर्जी को. अनदर एग्जाम्पल, जुडिशियल रिव्यू. SIR में जुडिशियल ऑफिसर्स के साथ जिस तरीके से अभी व्यवहार करा गया, they were kept hostage for 9 hours. Police did not turn up for judicial officers, mind you, for 9 hours. ये भाजपा कार्यकर्ता नहीं थे. They were not BJP workers who were held hostage. Now, if you have gotten to a point where you are allowing people from across the border, you are holding judicial officers hostage, you are becoming the person who stands for criminals, protects them, you are becoming the person जिसकी नाक के नीचे रेप हो रहे हैं and you cannot take a stand. You have become a person जहाँ पर even when the entire state is on the streets against you in protest, and you still can't do the right thing. I'm sorry, you deserve to be weeded out and thrown out, because West Bengal is precious. Every part of our country is precious. You see where the economy has come in that state. हर चीज में वहाँ पर कट मनी चलता है. Syndicate, उसके बिना कुछ होता ही नहीं है. So we have to make sure our country progresses as a whole. We can't leave one area, one state behind, and it has been left behind. I don't know if you visited Kolkata recently.
Yeah, I'm married to a Bengali.
Okay, so
I know the ground reality.
In my opinion, whenever I go to Kolkata, मुझे लगता है even the roads have not been updated and repaired. What are you doing? What are you doing? So when India has reached the moon by itself, आत्मनिर्भरता के साथ, आप अपनी सड़क नहीं maintain कर पा रहे, and you're taking pride in that because your entire energy is focused on protecting the goons who are going around spreading more and more violence and bloodshed.
Yeah, my family, my in-laws and everyone is from Calcutta, so I completely, and I wanted my Shonar Bangla.
Yes,
that's what I wanted. I wanted my son to know about Rabindranath Tagore and Subhash Chandra Bose. Every time we visit to Subhash Chandra Bose home, उनके घर हम जाते हैं हमेशा. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyone who comes in the situation actually becomes
it will, and you look at any angle there, who is safe?
Yeah.
The business people are not safe. There is no investment. The average citizen is not safe. Women are not safe. BSF workers तक के ऊपर, BSF officers के ऊपर, जवान्स के ऊपर तक firing हो चुकी है in border areas. So nobody is safe and everybody is struggling. And the reason for that is that they have created a system where people who are not Indian will creep into India, will get a voter ID card made. They have a rate list. I don't know if you know
I
this
know
or
that.
not.
I
आधार
know
कार्ड
that.
बनाने के लिए
I
इतने
know
पैसे,
that.
वोटर आईडी कार्ड
वोट देने
बनाने
के
के लिए
भी
इतने
पैसे
पैसे,
हैं.
राशन कार्ड बनाने के इतने पैसे, रेट लिस्ट बनाकर आप सारे झूठे लोगों को लाकर अपनी सरकार बना लेते हो, तभी तो आज रोते हुए घूम रहे हैं. इन दिस एंटायर इलेक्शन कैंपेन देयर हैज बीन नो पॉजिटिव पिच फ्रॉम टीएमसी और ममता बनर्जी. आई विल बेट दैट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू फाइंड वन थिंग. क्या बातें हो रही है? मच्छी खाना छोड़ने को बोलेंगे, पूजा पाठ करने को नहीं बोलेंगे.
आपको किसी बंगाली को मुझे नहीं लगता वो
नहीं,
हो सकता है.
and,
It's
it's-
actually possible on the planet.
No, but look at the kind of narrative.
Yeah.
Is that what you
That's
want to
kind
tell
of-
the India of
yeah.
21st century?
Yeah.
In this year, 2026 के election में, that is what you're talking about?
Meaningless.
This is what you're talking about? You're not talking about the 7th pay commission जो आपने
Yeah,
लागू नहीं
yeah.
किया. Talk about that na. So you're not discussing things of value,
Yeah.
things which matter to your citizens. You're talking about मच्छी नहीं खाने देंगे, पूजा नहीं करने देंगे. This is your narrative.
And now we're just coming to the closure of our podcast, and I really wanted to understand from you, if someone wants to join politics, as a woman, young girls out there probably wanted to make a career, wanted to contribute for the development of Bharat, what are the prerequisites? आप क्या उनको tips देना चाहते हो, hacks देना चाहते हो, या एक direction देना चाहते हो कि these are the things that is non-negotiable,
Yeah.
and this could be a path.
One, have your heart in the right place. There are lots of things you can do in this world to get ahead. Choose politics only when you are here for greater good. Just don't blindly serve your own ambition, because then don't choose politics.
Okay.
You can do something else.
Yeah.
The other thing is that choose those few key things that move you. सब कुछ मत करो. Imagine a stack of paper
Yeah.
spread around this room. It doesn't hold any value.
Yeah.
But you put it all together.
Yeah.
That stacking effect has to be there in what you believe in, what you talk about, and what you want to work for.
Yeah.
So pick those 2 or 3 key issues that are important to you, and then you'll be known by those issues. Even a political party that you join tomorrow, join mine, please, you're most welcome. But whichever political party you might want to join tomorrow, all of them need good women with their hearts in the right places to do good things for society. So first choose the things that you want to work for, push for. बहुत सारे causes हैं, लेकिन सब please मत करो. We get sometimes swept away. Somebody will come up to us and say, let's work for afforestation. Somebody will come and say, let's work for road safety. Let's work for education. Let's work for cleanliness. Let's talk about green energy. Let's talk about female infanticide. Let's talk about a million things that are happening around us. All of them are very important.
Correct.
But be recognized for those 2
three
or
causes.
3 things. That's the most important thing. And thirdly, now you have the power of social media
Correct.
behind you. Your voice matters. What you say matters. Use it wisely, but do use it. You have been given so much of power just in the palm of your hand by having a phone. Use it. That's where you start, and then just go to any mandal of Bharatiya Janata Party, if you please. There's enough work for all of us.
Thank you so much, Charu, for joining at the Lotus Room podcast. It is such a pleasure, and I'm so happy, and I love that you're so honest, so inspiring in so many ways,
You're very sweet. Thank you for the honor. And it's been wonderful to spend time with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we are looking forward, like we discussed, we should have one more podcast, probably about our common grounds that we discussed. I'm not going to reveal the topic now.
We
Probably
will do
come
that.
back, yeah.
I'm going to wait for it to happen, and I wish you all the best. You're absolutely wonderful. You should know that. Your energy is so positive.
Thank you so
And
much.
my best wishes to the entire team.
Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this conversation. I really loved, and I really find it very insightful, especially to understand how a woman in politics works, how the legalities are there. And it's not always really easy for a woman to make a mark. Share your thoughts in comment section, what you liked about the podcast, and do subscribe to our channel, The Lotus Room Podcast.